Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WUB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is a show of people. Belize our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WUB. And all the things that we happen under God blue skies. I love it make people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize.
Good morning, Belize. Welcome to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It is Thursday morning and it's the 30th of May 2024 and we are ready to lift off Belize's premier morning conversation on Mose, Hyde. And a warm welcome to everybody, whether you listen, everybody, whether you watch, everybody on our apps, everybody online via Facebook, YouTube. We're glad you're here. And by simulcast coverage for this Thursday morning, we get off as we normally do. We do a little warm-up session where we've got your morning news update. Of course, we've got your weather forecast. We've got forecast of Tariq Matthews to deliver that. But before we get to that, of course, we trust that your Thursday is getting off to a beautiful start. Your health's excellent, your energy levels high, your vibrations positive, and that you've got space in your morning to be with us and to engage with us. Very important. So right now, we find out what the forecast looks like. Of course, everybody wants to know where the rain there. Well, you've got to tune into our forecast. Hopefully, there's some good news in it. We turn up the forecast from the National Meteorological Service.
Good morning, Belize. Fair, warm, and mostly dry weather conditions prevail. The 24-hour forecast: skies will be mostly sunny and warm today and partly cloudy tonight. Showers, if any, will be isolated, but more so over the south. The maximum temperatures for today will reach 90 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 100 inland, and 84 up in the hills. A heat alert is likely to go into effect later today. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 84 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 76 inland, and 68 up in the hills. The winds from the open sea will be from the east at 10 to 15 knots, and the sea conditions will be light to choppy. A low tide will occur this morning at 9:18, a high tide this evening at 3:14, another low tide tonight at 10:25, and another high tide early tomorrow morning at 4:45. The sun rose this morning at 5:17 and will set this evening at 6:23. The moon will set this morning just before midday at 11:55 and will rise just after midnight at 12:43. In the sargassum forecast, while latest satellite images suggest a slight decrease in sargassum near the shore of Belize, several mats were detected further offshore, and these are likely to affect the country during the coming days. In the fire risk forecast for today, the risk for forests or bushfires will remain high across the country. The look for Friday and Friday night is for similar weather conditions. For more details on our forecast, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. With that, we end this morning's forecast from the Belize National Met Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
Former Minister of Economic Development, Erwin Contreras, who signed the October 1st, 2020 definitive agreement, has turned down the invitation of the Special Senate Special Select Committee to appear for interrogation. The committee was set to hold its seventh public meeting hearing yesterday, but in a public notice in the afternoon, the committee reported that Contreras indicated he does not wish to attend, and so the meeting was postponed. The notice states, the committee is most disappointed at this information, as Mr. Contreras has already admitted that he signed a definitive agreement, which committed the government and the people of Belize to grant Portico financial concessions worth hundreds of millions of dollars for 30 years. Mr. Contreras is the only person and former government minister who can explain why he signed the agreement. The committee is asking Contreras to reconsider his decision. Honorable Andre Perez, the new Minister of Disaster Risk Management, yesterday revealed to the media that the Toledo district has been officially declared a disaster area. Perez says that this declaration has opened up the possibility of receiving international relief and said that the Red Cross and the U.S. Embassy have pledged to assist. He also noted that the government is working along with regional partners who themselves are experiencing similar conditions.
Toledo district has been declared, the area there has been declared a disaster area. So now we are getting assistance on the Red Cross again. They have offered a reach out to their partners and they are assisting, as well as to the U.S. Embassy as well. We were receiving some items from them on Thursday. So I'm reaching out again to different partners. Again, it's working in collaboration with our regional partners as well. You know that in Guatemala as well, the Petén area, there's a fire is raging, so they're fighting. So it's all communication and working together.
Perez told the media that wildlife victims are already receiving relief. He said that Ashton has been hired to help control the spread of the wildfires with air support. The Ministry of Agriculture and the Forestry Department are assisting farmers while NEMO is offering humanitarian assistance.
And everything is moving swiftly in terms of humanitarian needs. Also in fighting of the fires, again, we've gotten Ashton. It's a cost, comes with a cost, but it was necessary. It has been very effective and that has helped a lot. So in terms of relief, also with the Ministry of the Department of Agriculture as well to assist the farmers. The forestry is already involved in here as well. And the NEMO department in Toledo, in the Punta Gorda town, in the Machaca area, has, of course, activated to assist in any way possible livelihoods in terms of food, other materials that are needed for homes.
So they're already getting assistance?
Absolutely. Yes, they're working on it.
Ewart Garbutt, fly fishing tour guide and the president of the Belize Fly Fishing Association, has been charged with damage to property in connection with his activism to stop the Angelfish Key project. He's accused of going to Wilbur Flats in February this year and damaging a geotextile curtain placed by the developer. The value of the curtain was cited as $1,200. On Tuesday, in the Dangriga Magistrate Court, he pleaded not guilty and was offered a bail of $2,000. He is being represented by attorney Richard Dickey Bradley, who pointed out that Garbutt has never been to Angelfish Key alone.
Someone was all wrong, but you're talking about a very busy fisherman tour guide that has employees, and so he waited from morning till almost evening after 3 o'clock. He didn't make bail until little later, because you can't send a summons to a defendant who has never been charged. He's not a defendant, he's a citizen like you and I. So the wrong documentation was sent. The magistrate wanted that, you can't have I mean, he won the award as the country's best tour guide 1 year. He's also the chairperson of a group and an organization of fishermen who are trying to protect their habitat, where a thing referred to as a flat, where nature brings an amount of the surface of the sea almost up to the top, but it doesn't become an island. You have the inner water still yet. It can be shallow, more shallow, depending on the tides. And they have learned that a person is attempting to fill in the flat, turn it into an island, which of course will be worth millions and millions of dollars. In the process of dredging, it will kill the surrounding areas, which has conchs, small fishes, kermit. One single charge that he personally destroyed a type of netting which is used to keep the pumping material, or the pumped material would keep it in one place, so that in fact the flat would turn into an island. And they're saying that he personally damaged that matter. He was initially shocked because the person who is making the report has been somebody who has been in regular conversation with him, but clearly he got instructions from the big bosses. You need to do something about this man Garbutt, because he's basically going to jeopardize the investment and the plans and so on. So,
to return to court at the end of July. A workshop was held yesterday at the Belize City House of Culture to get the City Emergency Management Organization and various stakeholders on the same page ahead of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season. Melanie Dawson, the Seymour Liaison Officer or the Belize City Council, shared more information on the workshop and what they hope to accomplish.
The purpose of this workshop is basically to kickstart the opening of the hurricane season. It's under the theme creating streamlined communication and a better working environment. So this is comprised of our partners from NEMO, our main stakeholders such as the Belize Red Cross and the UNICEF and other agencies. We are in preparation of getting our internal staff and our stakeholders ready. And this time we took a different approach and we are working on our communication line within the EOC. So we want to ensure that we enhance our communication patterns within the EOC. This way we can execute our roles and responsibilities in a more effective and efficient way for the residents within the city.
And that ends the morning news update here inside Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, the lift-off segment. Right now, we take ourselves a small break. When we come back at the other end, we get to the main business, the main course. We open up for a conversation. We hope that you're still around and ready to participate. We invite you to join in. But right now, we take a break. You're listening to Creme Radio. You're watching XTV. We will be right back.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989. The news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports.
Throughout its long-standing history, Atlantida Financial Group has been a symbol of financial strength, growth, and innovation in the region. Atlantida Financial Group is comprised of market leaders such as Atlantic Bank in Belize, Banco Atlantida in Honduras, as well as other companies in insurance, pension fund administration, financial leasing, brokerage services, among other sectors. Its strength and integrity has allowed the group to gain trust from its more than 4 million customers spread over 8 countries and has positioned it as one of the most complete and diverse entities in Latin America. Its leadership and financial strength are demonstrated by key indicators such as assets under management, which as of December 2023 stood at $21 billion and growing. The group boasts the largest pension fund administrator in Central America and the Caribbean. A workforce of more than 6,000 employees strive to serve its customers with excellence and professionalism, pushing the group forward in its mission to continuously provide high-quality financial solutions. Atlantic Bank, as a proud member of the Atlantida Financial Group for 53 years, is committed to this mission, to its depositors, collaborators, and the community that it serves. To this purpose, the bank has built the largest network of branches in the country and remains the only bank in Belize with first-rate international banking correspondence. Atlantida Financial Group, contributing to the economic development of Belize since 1971.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
It's another Creme Advertiser Special for the months of April and May. Advertisers who take a package on Creme Radio and XTV in the months of April and May will enter our advertiser raffle and the chance to win another fabulous weekend getaway. which includes accommodations for two nights at Sereme Villas. Sereme Villas, making your home away from home in beautiful Kikoker at 445 Alameda Drive. Family friendly, perfectly tucked away with 24-hour service, featuring 7 villas, outdoor swimming pool, garden, restaurant and bar, and sun terrace. Call Serme Villas at 501-610-6147. Winner of the Creme Advertiser Special also gets breakfast, lunch, and dinner provided by M's Hideaway Restaurant for the 2 days. M's Hideaway also does delivery in Kikoker. Transportation to Kikoker for this wonderful getaway provided by San Pedro Belize Express Water Taxi. This prize package of over $1,500 can be yours if you advertise now. Contact our relationship officers at 280-4469. It's another Creme Advertiser Special for the months of April and May.
All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's the Thursday morning edition of our show, May 30th, 2024. Wherever you are, we hope that your morning is going beautifully. And of course, we're very pleased, we're glad that you have stopped here. Creme Radio, XTV. I'm your host this morning, Mose Hyde. We'll be doing it flying solo because Bodano is under the weather. And of course, on Thursdays, it's usually just a straight testosterone show. We've got the telephone line though available so that we can have company, participation and conversation, and it doesn't work out to just being me just giving a sermon, giving a speech or anything like that. Our telephone number right here is 280-5848. That's the direct line for you to participate in the conversation. We love when you call, we love when you talk, we love when you express yourself, and we do our best to try to get you on board. All right, and that's the way it works out. This is the Thursday morning edition of the show, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, and we do have a little traffic coming up after our first break, but that's all that we've got scheduled here this morning. So we've got wide open space to engage in topics of your preference, so feel free to jump in. It's been a very interesting week. We've not let me just, before I get into any of the topics that I would like to chat about, just quickly mention that we are on YouTube. We returned sometime Sunday evening, and so we're very delighted about that. You'll be able to turn on your smart TVs and get your YouTube and go directly to XTV Belize. We were also being streamed on Facebook, but we were off YouTube for a couple of weeks. We've been kind of punished, but we are back on, and we invite you to subscribe and make it easier, make it better for us when you do. And we also would like to get you to do the same for our other social media handles. Of course, we're on Facebook. You can become a follower, give us your support there. IG BZ, we're available on Instagram, TikTok, and you have all these spaces. That's the way it works now in 2024. We've not had the opportunity to just express very much. We know that for a significant period of time we were engaged in multiple conversations as it relates to what's going on in the Middle East. We do watch a lot of foreign news, and that has been a very big topic. But you know, we've spent many mornings really going deep in that. And every time you think that that whole horror has hit its low point, it somehow manages to find a lower point of horror. And of course, there's been worldwide condemnation for the death of 45 Palestinians who were basically in a refuge location. They were in tents and they were bombed. Women and children were among those who were essentially burned alive. And there's been worldwide condemnation of the Israeli Defense Force and their government and their prime minister. And that, of course, comes on the heels of the International Criminal Court saying that essentially that the president, the prime minister of Israel and his defense minister, you know, essentially there to be, if they go through the process of getting the warrants confirmed, they would be obliged by member states who have signed on to the ICC to be arrested, and along as well the leader of Hamas. And that has created quite an uproar. Some countries saying they would have to respect, and of course we've had the United States of America saying how upset they are and they feel like the ICC is to be sanctioned. Crazy. But that's what happened just before we ended up with this bombing of a refugee camp in Rafah in the Palestinian territory. And so we have to just unfortunately just put on the record the condemnation of that, the horror of that, and it's just to the obvious naked eye, even though the claim has been that it's a mistake, the entire response and the level of indifference to the risk of human life is the mistake. But it's a part of your strategy. So ultimately, if you are going to be bombing indiscriminately, you cannot be, you know, just the whole describing of this thing as a tragic mistake, it just doesn't work for me. So they just felt that we didn't get a chance. We know that we've kind of spent so many mornings looking at that situation, and to some extent you feel helpless, but you have to go on the record. I don't know that we as a nation, if we have actually done so, if we have issued any statement on what happened last weekend, but many countries around the world have actually put on the record their condemnation, and I feel that it is a very appropriate response and a very necessary stance for us to take as a nation to really condemn these atrocities. It's 7 o'clock on this Thursday morning inside the WUB Wake Up Believes Morning Vibes. I, of course, I'm not surprised, moving off from what's making news globally, I'm not surprised at all that former Minister of Economic Development, Erwin Contreras, did not show up. Nobody's surprised. We were kind of surprised a little bit that developer David Gegg showed up. He had previously expressed his misgivings and his uncertainty about whether he would show up. Then he showed up, and some of what he said made headlines for a couple of days. And then, of course, Erwin Contreras, the former minister, is the person who signed the definitive agreement, and so his appearance would have been consequential. What he has to say as to why he signed the agreement, well, he apparently, I would assume under legal advice, doesn't feel that he needed to show up, and so he didn't. And the message coming from out of the Senate Special Select hearing is for the minister to reconsider. Reconsider. What about? It's like reconsider is a word you use when when you're the beg, when you're the hope, when you're the wish. Like, please reconsider now. Please think about it again. Go back to your life. Give it a second thought, man. Not be so quick for not be interested for show up. I mean, come on now. We're not take more than 2 days. Maybe we could make a reason about it, no? We just want to know why you're signing. And so I know that there is some talk about the possibility that the Senate Select Committee could attempt to handle the situation, more demandingly, more forcefully, putting out a summons for the former minister to show up. But nobody knows whether or not that is backed up by law, or whether that would hold up in court. And obviously, the former minister is of the view that, well, better the court decide if I have to show up, and I don't think I have to show up. But of course, it was a polite letter, reconsider the thing. But it really shows that the whole process, not the people, but the process, where you are hoping to, on behalf of the people of Belize, because that's what it's supposed to do, where we're supposed to be able to pry open a situation to find out whether or not the motivation behind things being done in government were legitimate, or whether or not there was ulterior motive. And on behalf of the people, this is the process to determine, unfortunately, whether wrongdoing has been done. And we've complained that this is a inadequate mechanism, insufficient, it doesn't work, it has not worked before. Yes, we've learned a little bit here and a little bit there. Yes, things might make the headlines now and then. We might end up with some recommendations, but the fact, and maybe the problem is that it acts in isolation. There's nothing complementing it. There's no law enforcement investigation really that we know of that is active. There is no level of complementing structures and mechanisms that are working to make this whole process have some kind of teeth. And so we have seen previous installments of the Senate Select Committee at work, and we have never felt, coming out of those processes, a feeling that this really punches how we want it to punch. Good enough. So it is incredible that we have not really gone back to the drawing board to see how this process can be restructured, how this process can be retuned, so that it really becomes more effective at making one level of accountability exists in our country. So it's incredible that you have this in the same news cycle, where we have the report that this former minister says thanks but no thanks. I'm not really interested in going to your party. Thanks for the invite, but I don't really want to conduct that session. And in the same news cycle, we find out this report that we have somebody that is being accused of doing fraud with land, and we are told that under the deputy commissioner we have a task force almost that of police officers who have gone now to a second property that belongs to this young lady who is accused of fraud, and apparently they spent 5 hours there going through documents. I mean, obviously 5 hours in somebody's house means that they were searching all over and looking through documents. And obviously what the young lady is accused of is a very serious accusation, and indeed there is an obvious obligation on the part of the security forces to go and search for evidence, because there is a suspicion that wrong has been done, there's an allegation that wrong has been done, and this wrong has apparently, according to what was reported on the 7 News last night, people are saying that they were frauded out of millions of dollars, and so the police acting on that are getting down to business. That's how an active, legitimate investigation looks. And of course, this is somebody where we don't, this is not some high profile figure. I don't really know anything much about the young lady except that what she's accused of is rather significant. I have a lot of questions about that process, but we're waiting to see what's going on. But one of the things we cannot say is that the enforcement people are sitting down procrastinating. We cannot accuse them of that, because we hear it that they're on it. They are very spirited, they are very invested, they are very committed. I mean, the 2 houses don't get searched and they don't spend 5 hours in one house, which means that they are sharing this information. They want the public to know that, we are getting down to business and we are trying to do something about it. And in the same news cycle, there is the allegation that we have created an agreement that does not serve the interests of the people, and potentially, if that agreement works the way it works, results in a net loss of millions of dollars in taxes and revenues over a period of time. And in that process, we are sending out RSVP invites to people who are principal players in the process that happened, to find out if they might be interested to come and answer some questions. But we don't hear anything about anybody's property, premises being, any documents being handed over or demanded. None of that is going on. But we have a call, which is great. We take the call. Krem, good morning, WB.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Mose believes the laws in Belize are flexible. The law for honorable people different from the law to me and you, a different law. The flex. When a turn, you have to show, then they lie and thing and then do their thing. But me and you, and the broke down to me and you do. And it calls to we. They know the play, then it comes. And we face and they're right up when I watch this the evening news. To the forefront, with our face right there. The law is flexible, and that is why this country does everything biased. And that we don't get nowhere like this. For instance, I watched the situation with the Amonkarika when they confiscate and custom goods. I said, the last night I got party maybe the rest of my life, I still got liquor. Every night I go party, I still got liquor. You got a man that go in a supermarket. I start there, and I maybe, if I be thief, that's what I eat. There are some man with a thief or a bad man. Security camera pick up, security man walk up, they take out the liquor, and baraka, police court, that's why they pick up stuff. Kind of court, charge him to steal. The real bad man. And the guy faced the show on the screen. Up to now, this is a monk of liquor. We don't know of the who. We know the establishment. But I know the establishment and the name of the cannot bring it in. We don't know who bring it in. The controller of custom up to now, don't give no answer. We understand that they go in a room and settle this thing. So we got, now this gentleman who sees the bad man going to court, you know, they are dragged out through the system. And maybe they can't find bail, you might get find bail, nobody's trying to find bail in jail. But this big amount of liquor, maybe thousands upon $1,000 worth of liquor, millions. You see how they work it out. You go in a room and we settle this man. The same again when it comes to a local fisherman. When they find it and a style lobster, conch or whatever, take with their boat, the machine, the equipment, drag them through the court system, and not play with them. Then they face to show up on the screen and you say, boy, what shall you do, I'm a boy. But when it comes to a big company, when it's the same offense, you see how they got, you know, I leave the private room, I make you settle that, you don't know how much they pay, nothing. And this we have unjust laws. And this is why this country today is like this. We as citizens want to pay the tax, and we say to use them people as honorable. Them people are honorable. Many of these people are the biggest cooks in this country. But yet, you know, sit there like, and then next time, man, and they're not all right. Then I look at this country like they did today. To the blackout. Same thing. What at this year, 2024, what's the rules blackout? Last night, on and off. They are people who are planned, they are the Prime Minister. Well, they're not going to be here, so no, get nothing. They're not got no money. So my refrigerator, TV, whatever I plan, blackout, no recourse. I can't go nowhere. I could walk maybe a whole yard till I could save up to buy back my refrigerator, if I could. They are right. They could just shoot their credit card or refrigerator, pull up stuff in their house. They chop the crop or whatever, and refrigerator, man, they back it up. But we want to take it all the life. We don't have no recourse. You see, and that is the problem. So they got up to show up. You know, show up. Right now, you have to try show up next time, man. And there's not much of that way in there. You ask any question, everything all right. That done said.
Yeah.
Me and you want to take the right, you have to break me out of the house, out of the bed. Might have one or two black eyes. So you know, pick up back your way in a foot. The law is different for other people.
Yes, it is.
And just laws.
It is.
We ain't going nowhere.
It's unjust. It's unequal, unjust enforcement of our laws.
Definitely.
Yeah. The laws are not perfect, but the laws are there. It is the enforcement mechanism and the we are called discretional use of enforcement and investigation.
And without that, there is no law.
Yeah.
If you don't enforce the law, you have a law.
Yeah. In little things and big things.
The High Court right now. And what's the situation with Netanyahu and the leader Hamas? They put out warrants to arrest. Who go arrest them?
Yeah.
The court saying that, so who go arrest them?
Yeah.
The court got any mechanism to go there and arrest them too much.
Well, what you have, and I'm glad you raised that because it's very instructive. It teaches you things to make understand. So you have some countries where, say, unlike the U.S., you've had some countries where declare, and in fact, give respect, the Senator Bernie Sanders, his presentation is on YouTube for you to see. And he makes his point that we cannot enforce the laws and the rules according to who we like or who we don't like. No, we'll be reminded that Senator Sanders is a Jewish man. And he essentially says it can't be optional. we cannot say, well, if the ICC rules that Mr. Putin is guilty of war crimes, we cannot say, well, yes, good work ICC, and once Mr. Putin goes anywhere, we want to hold him accountable. But then when the ICC rules against a friend, then we have a problem. And you have various countries that say, listen, we cannot be accused, and these are the rich countries, if we decide that we are not going to back the ICC because of its ruling against the Israeli Prime Minister and its Minister of Defense, then the rest of countries around the world will say, well, if the law doesn't apply to them, it doesn't apply to me. If it doesn't apply to everybody, then it doesn't apply to any one of us. So that's what they're saying. Now that's on a world stage. But when we bring it here, you cannot be speaking to youths. You cannot be speaking to grassroots communities and telling them about behavior and telling them about walking the straight and narrow line and about being good citizens if we are not creating a society that is based on equal enforcement and treatment when it comes to the laws of the country. And you know, we understand that money talk. We understand that big money, that one hard thing to try to hold accountable, but you make every effort to make sure that nobody's bank account that way they make you act differently. We understand the power of money. We understand how money become a temptation to people. But because we understand this, there has to be a commitment, especially in these agencies that are supposed to defend law and order, that they do not succumb to that. They don't succumb to the influence of money or power or clout. Very often, though, that is what determines the level of commitment you're going to get out of the enforcement mechanism. And no, so a youth looking at that is going to say, well, that's free for all, so I want to do what I do. You can't preach to them because then you're a hypocrite. So if you can't say that we have to go on a system like, cool, you seem to know how to investigate the possibility of wrongdoing. It don't look like that matter that you don't know. Because if you suspect that this Christian has done something wrong, you know that you're not sit back and just send one letter to her and ask her if you could come in and answer some questions. You understand that you will have to go and conduct searches and look for stuff, and you have to demand certain things. You know how to do an investigation. So there's no ignorance that you're not interested. You don't want to do it. So now you're in a situation where you feel like something wrong has happened. We have not heard about any enforcement apparatus, the FIU, police department, any of that, providing any information to support what is being done by we have not heard. Maybe it has been done, but that has not been put to the light of day. We cannot, listen, no matter who it is, no matter who you are, rich, poor, in between, if we don't make nice that we want our society to report, when we suspect wrong is done, we have to have one equal response. Full energy, full commitment, do it how you're supposed to do it. If not, then you will never create one society where got structure and order and safety in it. You can't.
I always say, Brother Mose, laws, that the way how they are carried out, they carry it out bias. Against me, different from against you. Same crime, but who I am, they carry out justice wrong. And they should. If you have to arrest me if I do so wrong. But do the same to the person who they up that top to. Put the same list. You know, and I just laugh and just like no law at all. Because you don't laugh at me when I do wrong. But when a person I do that wrong, that why they get a part.
Listen.
And they are
listen to me. Listen. I could tell you like the multiple occasions, right? This happened because somebody very often I drive on a tint, and you reach a checkpoint, and then the officer come and you lower the window, and the officer they ask for your license and whatnot, and then the officer looks good and then sees that it's me, and then the officer back off and say, got you. Either because they might think I don't talk show host, so they don't know how to operate with that, or I need Hyde, I had the brother, the deputy prime minister, whatever that the reasoning, I could right away recognize that there's a different response going on here once the person recognized me. And I said to my officers with due respect, it might seem like a small thing, but no watch nobody name, no watch nobody profession, no watch nobody how rich, small, or what kind of vehicle in the drive, you know? Listen, do your job. But I understand the problem. I understand how this works. So I understand that people, you step on the wrong person in this society and they make some calls upon you, you could end up feel pressure. I understand. But this is a real problem because they exist just at the checkpoint level. Meanwhile, I have one youngster we work with, we were since January, don't get rubbed down 5 times. Don't get rubbed down 5 times and get a photograph, take 3 out of the 5 times. Just because young black are walking with a knapsack. Get rubbed down 5 times, brother. That the discrimination, that our unequal, unjust approach, and we have to call it out. People don't like know about them privilege, but people got privilege. You got last name privilege. You got money privilege. You got profession. If you got a certain profession, and a talk show journalist, so no, you have to be careful. No, you got a job for do. You do your job. And if we not beg for a society like that, we'll continue having a society where it broke apart, where I just want lawless place. Because we're not built upon justice. We're not built upon that at all. You can't go in a situation with part. If I suspected a fraud, we have the whole police force come to my house for 5 hours and go to any post where related to me. They search every single crevice and corner under my mattress and in my cupboard, and they pull up and search through every single available document and whole computer and whole cell phone. That way our investigation is done, right? We suspect something has happened. You go on, but you never find that level intensity. You never find that level of thoroughness if the suspect or the suspicion is involved at one higher level. And that's a problem in our society, and we have to call it out.
And we might have to go to break mode. Our next situation I watch played out. A WPC, a woman police officer, whatever, was campaigning. That type t-shirt or whatever, and when our village come to election, and she was rocked up, dragged through the court and all of that. And I got senior public officer. You know, the same department that she did outright did the campaign. On TV, outrightly. It's not like the world could take care of no technology now. And nothing happens. They don't bring me down, drag me. You know, Ghana, I know, we have to the public service. People there, I'm going to hear nothing. Outright in campaign. And in the same department, the young lady, they rock up. And nothing happens. And there's that unjust life. It's a wrong for the young lady, it's wrong for you also, but nothing happening. They take it, I laugh apart, take it to joke. These things are no joke. These things are there, and when we rape the country, Now when people say outside, they come here, why then people ain't got 6 lives, they don't run joke and so on. People like that, they come to your country because they feel well protected, the law they protect them, but a lot of the time the law, like they against them, because the law for you, different from the law for me.
Yeah.
And think you can't do that.
Yeah.
And equal laws and unjust laws, so carry out justice, do the job for everybody, not care of who. Do the job. I understand the police thing that they could arrest their own man. That's why I hear from a young boy, policeman, but their own man, anybody else, they got the power. And so, you got the power. I want to do it within the law. You can't go wrong.
Respect to that.
Nothing wrong.
Respect, brother.
You take care of them.
Yeah, man. This is WUB Wake Up Believes Morning Vibes. It's 28 minutes after 7 o'clock, and before I go to 2 cents calm, I just need to, I have a guest coming up after the break, after this first break. I just wanted to just put on the record here to remind people that our U18 basketball team travels to Argentina over the weekend. I was hoping to coordinate a conversation with the president, and I'll reach out back to him again today. I know that there's a lot going on, and we are going to Argentina, and I know that and I've gotten the reports about all the different challenges. I mean, we will be traveling over this weekend, and essentially our youths are going to walk off of the plane and walk onto the basketball court, essentially. That's what's going to happen. It's not ideal. It's not ideal that I am sure that, you know, the president still trying to figure out uniforms and all of that, because when you have one shortage of resources, the way how it works, it's very difficult. And it is not ideal. And it really angers me that these youths have achieved something historical, something extremely historic, that they should have had to be worrying about anything other than mentally being prepared to go against giants. It's the only thing that they should have been worrying about at this point in time. You know, the president shared with me a letter that came from one of the biggest companies in this country, saying that they were unable to support the team. And the reason given why they were unable to support the team, they said that they prioritized their resources for the developmental parts of sports. Now, I don't know if this company does not understand U18, that if they don't understand that the U18 represents the developmental part of the sport. So it was, if it were not so unpleasant, you would end up having to laugh that somebody could suggest that the reason why they can't support that because, well, they only want to support the youngsters, when this time a bunch of youngsters and some of the biggest company in this country, one of the biggest companies in this country, and then turn down, so they can't support. Where strike me is that when our youths achieve something like this, they are to be rewarded, because as I said a couple weeks ago, me no want hear nothing. Me no want hear no expert. We sit down and watch the game and say where the team could have do or not do. Because achieving a spot in this tournament here, this level in Argentina, a historic achievement. And whatever the result of the game there, we feel proud that we achieved the right for them on the same court with some of them teams. Because pound for pound, we got no business there when it comes to what has been put into the athletes where they want to play against. They want to play against some of the players they will essentially make up the next couple NBA first round drafts. That at the level about when they want to play against. We the struggle right now to figure out, I have not spoken to the president, but I've heard, we the struggle for just get everything resolved so that we could land and just get on the court, get off the plane and go. Yes, monies have been committed, but the fact of the matter that we still have at this point, this day, right now, Thursday, in a couple of days next week, I think it's the 3rd, we are going to play against the US or we're going to play against Brazil or Argentina. Those are the 3 teams that we're going to meet initially. That's in our group. US, Argentina, Brazil. We're going against giants. And every effort should be made and all support should be there to make sure that the only thing the ballers then got on their mind, they just ball. They earn it. They earn it, Belize. They literally earn it. And the opportunity will exist for them. And the opportunity for make we encourage youths for commit themselves. Because before they become what they become, before they reach this stage, they had to put in hours. You know, knock out Mexico from go this tournament just because, well, you born with talent. A lot of work gone in. A lot of unseen hands gone in and try to support them. And now when they reach this point, that's when it may for be easy. That's when the money may for easy. That's when the money for me roll. Because now you reach here. And we're supposed to be so proud. You got people just to wait. Just to wait for the game happen. To start talk about the team. Just to wait for we lose to start talking about the team and da. But what we do now, what we do before, we know what their families they go through today. You know what they go through for try to figure out how they want to get visa. When I hear what is potentially for we think we part for we youths they want some of we youths they want have to take a bus, then go to Cancun, then overnight to Cancun, then take one next plane, then. That because someone then they fly into. We literally want to walk off a plane flights and go take on basketball peace. So I want to say to the team before I got a break that when we don't win. When we don't win. Now just give everything when you got on the court. But it should be very smooth. If it may be automatic that support just coming away. We never from the world about nothing. Nothing from the bad one today. In fact, when from down there Argentina, they get used to where they go on there. And all that we supposed to be. Rather we do right now and just give you the best love and tell you no, just hold for no head up and give everything we got because we there behind you and we proud of you. Instead we just got a bunch of people to wait, I feel next week for come and say, oh, look where America do to it. We need business by the same court with America if we consider input, if we consider commitment of financial resources and priority of the nation. We need business by no court. They play America and play Brazil, and then there are people who take sports serious. Then there are people who take the development and the youth serious. Then there are people who take the finding resources and committing to the young athletes, then prioritize that. So we got a bunch of U18 and you got big company they say we can't support card then to all. We only deal with development. Man, that's stupid and stupid or just mean. Just mean, man. So now the struggle is real. We try to get the team together and we hope that we will have conversations with the leadership of the whole movement. So we still try to work on that. But We just want the community know. Just give the youth then a full energy. Give them a full support, give them a full motivation, make them know that, yo, we there, don't know. So good, bad and ugly, thick and thin, we there, don't know. Another way. Another way. Now, when you put that belief on your chest, no shame in that. Once you know to give on the best, or no give on the best. The question is whether we, as a country, whether we have given you all our best. That is the question that will have to be answered at some point in time. But no, they give on the best. Our families, they give the best. And the tournament where these youngsters going to play in next week, that the highest level we have played at the U18 level. It's the highest level attained. You know, like when you play in a computer game and you reach a new level, but we reach a new level. And we better understand that, or I should say, rephrase that, we have to ask ourselves, have we responded to what you have achieved? Have we given what you have earned from us? We have these conversations. But right now I got to go to 2 Cents Calm. This is sponsored by 4 Point Security. And after that we take our first break. When we return from the break, we're going to have guests coming in the house.
You're watching WB and this is XTV, and I want to know how the people feel about price gouging in the stores then. Let's go find out people in 2 cents. How you feel about the price gouging? You know,
talk to that girl right there.
No, you go buy.
Talk to that girl.
How you feel? Can you go shop every day? You go buy every day, so I know the price. How you feel about the price gouging in the store? What are your 2 cents? Can you go talk to me? Can you go talk to me, man?
I see it reasonable and how do I say reasonable and to my budget, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
That your 2 cents?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. How you feel about the price gouging in at the store, like how you shop every day?
No. Mal. No good.
No good?
No.
That your 2 cents?
Yeah.
All right. How you feel about the price gouging?
Already used to it. I just can't run for it, so I just have to even it up when you come buy me food. So
that your 2 cents?
Yeah, that, and basic understanding. Cause I think everybody go shopping, so.
Right. 2 cent question. Yeah, how you feel about the price gouging in the store?
Hi, good morning. Well, it's challenging, but you know, I try to figure out a way and know what I will purchase, and even though some of the stuff that I purchased, yes, then they're up there, but you know, what we could do about it, just purchase.
That's your 2 cents?
That's my 2 cents.
All right. 2 cents question of the day.
Okay.
How you feel about the price gouging in the store?
I don't feel happy. Everything raised like crazy. No control price in each store. One Chinese got a different price, Indian get different price, Bangladesh people get different price. That don't make Belizean people get happy. Never.
That's your 2 cents. All right. The 2 cent question of the day. How you feel about the price gouging?
Price gouging is ridiculous right now because like every different store that you go to, like the prices varies from store to store, and it's like crazy. Like it's not going up. This.
Belizeans all around planet Earth, this is a roll call for all Belizeans living abroad. In a world that is becoming more uncertain and unstable, children and descendants of the Belizean soil must find common ground and align. Mark the date and make your plans. June 19th to June 22nd, 2024 at the Marriott Airport Hotel, Los Angeles, California. It's the historic first ever Belize Diaspora Summit. This summit will feature panel discussions featuring leading diaspora leaders and achievers. The Belize America Chamber of Commerce will host its annual business forum. There is a special delegation from the Ministry of Natural Resources to facilitate land queries for those in the diaspora, and a grand gala event to cap the Belize Diaspora Summit 2024. For registration and for more details, email info@BelizeDiasporaSummit.com or BIF2024California.eventbrite.com.
This Mother's Day, give that special mom in your life the gift of rebirth by renovating and redefining that special space. With some help from Brother Sabet, you can turn any room into mom's special place. That's why we're offering the motherload of discounts all month with 15 to 30% off all things Moen, 20% off Penta Decon paint, and 25% off Valspar and Dutch Boy paints. 15% off Sunlight windows and doors, 20% off mirrors and Eureka vats, and much more deals on our clearance display. So this Mother's Day, give mom the gift she truly deserves from Brothers Habet. Come in or reach out to us today. Happy Mother's Day to all the super moms out there.
Throughout its long-standing history, Atlantida Financial Group has been a symbol of financial strength, growth, and innovation in the region. Atlantida Financial Group is comprised of market leaders such as Atlantic Bank in Belize, Banco Atlantida in Honduras, as well as other companies in insurance, pension fund administration, financial leasing, brokerage services, among other sectors. Its strength and integrity has allowed the group to gain trust from its more than 4 million customers spread over 8 countries and has positioned it as one of the most complete and diverse entities in Latin America. Its leadership and financial strength are demonstrated by key indicators such as assets under management, which as of December 2023 stood at $21 billion and growing. The group boasts the largest pension fund administrator in Central America and the Caribbean. A workforce of more than 6,000 employees strive to serve its customers with excellence and professionalism, pushing the group forward in its mission to continuously provide high-quality financial solutions. Atlantic Bank, as a proud member of the Atlantida Financial Group for 53 years, is committed to this mission, to its depositors, collaborators, and the community that it serves. To this purpose, the bank has built the largest network of branches in the country and remains the only bank in Belize with first-rate international banking correspondence. Atlantida Financial Group, contributing to the economic development of Belize since 1971.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a Lone Ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Today we're here shopping at B-Mart. Today we're making the green super smoothie. Get after it.
It's another Creme Advertiser Special for the months of April and May. Advertisers who take a package on Creme Radio and XTV in the months of April and May will enter our Advertiser Raffle and the chance to win another fabulous weekend getaway, which includes accommodations for two nights at Sereme Villas. Sereme Villas, making your home away from home in beautiful Kikoker at 445 Alameda Drive. Family friendly, perfectly tucked away with 24-hour service, featuring 7 villas, outdoor swimming pool, garden, restaurant and bar, and sun terrace. Call Sereme Villas at 501-610-6147. Winner of the Creme Advertiser Special also gets breakfast, lunch, and dinner provided by M's Hideaway Restaurant for the 2 days. M's Hideaway also does delivery in Kikoker. Transportation to Kikoker for this wonderful getaway provided by San Pedro Belize Express Water Taxi. This prize package of over $1,500 can be yours if you advertise now. Contact our relationship officers at 280-4469. It's another Creme Advertiser Special for the months of April and May.
Alright, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's Thursday, May 30th, 2024. Mose Hyde solo flying for this morning. We have guests though, which makes it easier, and it's always a great vibe. We are joined by folks from the Belize Social Security Board. We have the manager of communications and PR, Ms. Vanessa Veos. I know her.
Good morning, Mose.
Good morning, Vanessa. And
Belize and Public.
Moeva, did I say it properly?
You put an I, Moeva.
Moeva.
Yes.
Moeva Fuller. Very, very fancy name there, Moeva. She's the Senior Communications Officer, Communications and PR, SSB. And they're here this morning to tell us about scholarships. What about scholarships?
Well, we are excited to tell the general public about scholarships being offered at the Social Security Board. This year, we will be giving away 97 scholarships in 3 different categories. So our target is 35 high school, 27 associate degree level, and then of course, we're aiming 35 scholarships for Vogue Tech. So we are excited about offering so many scholarships this year, and it's something good that the Social Security Board does.
Is it the most that you've given out, or?
Well, I would say it is the most that we've projected to give out this year.
Okay, so give me all the details of this, so we get it that it's not just one type of scholarship. So there's high school,
right,
and vocational, and tertiary. So how do people go about applying?
Okay.
Well, to apply, first of all, we want them to know that it's a fully online process. And so they gain access to the online scholarship application by visiting our website at socialsecurity.org.bz. So when they go to our website, they'll see a scholarship tab icon, and then they can select the online scholarship portal. They sign up, they log in, and they gain access to the application itself. So the application is very user-friendly, easy to follow. All they need to sign up is an email address and a password. So when they log in, they'll see a tab for their personal information, one for their family information, to help us, of course, establish financial need, because that's a criteria for the scholarship. There'll be a section there for their academics, so we can know what their grades look like, and of course, one final tab for them to upload the relevant documents for the scholarship. Now, in terms of documents, all of that is also found on the website under that same scholarship tab icon, to let them know what needs to be uploaded by scholarship type, whether it be associate, high school, or vocational technical.
What does the scholarship include?
Well, for the scholarships, the high school scholarships, you get $1,200 per year. For the associate degree level, it's $1,000 per semester, right? And for the VOTEC, it's $1,200. And I think worthwhile for the public to know is that SSB started the scholarship program in So we have about 154 scholarship recipients that we honor, you know, through the scholarships that we've given out. So that's 154. Well, the active period right now, I should say, is 154. And from 2001, we have given out 1,100 plus scholarships.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. And what are you looking for? What are the key elements of a successful applicant?
All right. Some of the key elements. We're looking for financial need. So the family's income needs to be $26,000 or less annually. That's the threshold. We're also looking for candidates who are able to demonstrate their ability to persevere in the face of adversity. We want to redirect and transform futures. Those are the type of candidates we're looking for all the different categories. Of course, academics is an aspect of it, but it's not the only aspect that we look at. That's an interesting component of our scholarship as well. We look at academics, financial need, and the student's ability to persevere in the face of adversity. So those are the three elements that we're looking at for our scholarships.
Who or how do you choose the applicants that are going to be successful in this? So is there a committee? How does it work?
Well, I do believe that there is a committee that we go through those applications and we look and see what their academic performance is like, but also I think one of the most important aspects of that vetting process is reading those essays that they would write. That will give us an indication of the type of student you're looking at, what potential they have for the future and so forth. You know, so that's part of it. And then of course there is a vetting that happens at different branches as well, because we aim countrywide. It's not just specific to Belize district, it's north to south, you know.
Is it a quota or is it just based on
Well, the process is open. We've opened the process. So I think the last time we checked it was like 200 plus unfinished application forms.
Yes.
Right? So when we end off, we might have maybe 400 that we would have to vet to determine the 97. And I think one of the important things that we need to share is that when you go online to submit your application form, please make sure that you have loaded properly all of your documents, because it's very stringent. So if you didn't put in the letters of recommendation or other things that are requested, then that is that application form or that process for that particular student, that's it. We move on. So you might be, you might be somebody with great potential, but you didn't load everything. So make sure that everything is loaded properly before you press submit for the scholarship.
Okay, can you end up, what would be some of the, I imagine, do you have an age? Do you have, what are the other important eligibility criteria?
We don't have an age factor, so to speak, but we do ask that you be transitioning from one academic level to the next. So those who are graduating from high school, let's say this year, at the end of this academic year in 2023 to 2024, they would be eligible to apply for the high school and the associate degree scholarships. Now, we also take into account working mothers or other women who may not have recently graduated, but they're in a position now where they believe that they can go to school full-time and accomplish that degree or that diploma within 2 or 4 years. Those candidates are also looked at as well.
Can you be like someone that has done a year at either high school or associate program and now for whatever reason decide, okay, let me see if I can get...
You want to go back and finish?
No, yeah, well, not only that, but you say, okay, we've tried to do this on our own, but let me see if I can be a recipient of this scholarship. Can you do that, or you have to be entering the program, high school?
You have to be entering because we want to be a part of the journey from the beginning to the end. Okay. Those who are perhaps experiencing financial hardships and they know, okay, well, I've only got like 1 more semester and I'd like to go back, then those candidates can apply through our SSD program that's available, where we offer financial assistance for medical purposes, education purposes, and that is done through our board. They can apply for some financial assistance there just to get them through to the end. But for the scholarship program, we're looking to be a part of the journey from the beginning to the end.
All right, I assume you have to be Belizean?
Yes. yes, we're looking for born Belizeans, those who have a social security card. We talked about family income, $26,000 or less annually, and of course, a GPA of at least 80%.
All right. And is it a part of the application process involves recommendations? They have to...
Yes, there are recommendations, letters that are expected for each scholarship type. And we also do want to urge the recommenders to be as open as you can in the recommendation letters. Don't be too superficial and just tell us, oh, she was a good student for 4 years. Tell us a little bit more. Help you know the student more than we do. So paint the picture for us, make that clear about who they are, what's going on with their family situation, and why you strongly believe that they are deserving of a Social Security scholarship.
All right, is there a deadline?
Friday, June 21st.
Whoa, okay. So there's not a lot. Whoa, wait.
They have about...
Not Friday, tomorrow.
No. Next month.
Next month.
Oh, okay.
Yes. There's a month left.
Don't do me that. This is Friday. I'm thinking, oh man, so okay, good.
Friday, June 21st is the deadline to put in your application. Right. So there's still time. And of course, we want to encourage any potential applicants to let them know that if you're on our website and perhaps you feel as though you're not getting what you need from the website, or you just prefer to speak to somebody, we have our customer care center. They are available on WhatsApp. They are available on Facebook. We have an email address as well. And they can contact these persons and they'll give them that one-on-one prompt, efficient support to help respond to their scholarship-related questions.
All right. I had another question that slipped my mind. It's not good. Yeah, so I think we've covered the deadline eligibility.
Yes.
Can someone lose their status? Like, is there, some people, if you don't maintain a certain average, you might lose. Is that a part of it?
If you fail the academic year, then yes, you lose your scholarship. But we remain engaged with our scholarship recipients per semester, not only per year. So we would know how you're doing if at the end of the first semester we see that the grades is slipped a bit. So we get in touch with you and we tell you, listen, we noticed that you had a slip. We give you a caution letter so that you know that, okay, kind of get back on your game. So we don't really discontinue anybody's scholarship just on a whim, because we don't want to disenfranchise anybody. So we take into account what's going on. We provide the caution letter. We encourage you to do better. And in most cases, we've seen them do better at the end of the academic year.
All right. And but I think it has to be transitional. But if someone had applied before, can they apply again? So maybe they applied and they didn't make it, and for that reason they did not go on to high school or did not go on to the associate program, and then is it possible for them to try again?
Yes, by all means, they can. They can.
So don't be discouraged if you failed once. You can try again, at least unless you've moved on and gotten into the course, then it doesn't work. And so again, just so that parents and students know, what the prerequisites are, and especially what are the important aspects of qualifying for the scholarship. Just kind of repeat before you guys leave what are the most important things that are to be a part of this application and that you're looking for in the recipients for the scholarship.
So criteria like we talked about, born Belizean, you need to have a social security card, family income of $26,000 or less annually, and submission of all the required documents. That is the proof of family income, letters of recommendation, that is your transcripts, and of course your essay. In your essay, please be as thorough as you can. Tell us who you are, don't be superficial. A lot of people like to rely on AI to write these essays, but then we're missing that meat of who you are as a candidate.
Well, that's happening already. Huh?
That's happening already. It's here, or you just type in Google scholarship essay and you take the first thing that you see off the internet. Plagiarism, we want to avoid that. We want you to be as open and as honest as you can be in your scholarship essay, because you're accumulating points throughout each step of this process.
I'd also like to plug that we are celebrating 43 years this year, the Social Security Board. And you mentioned Friday just now. This Friday, tomorrow, we will be having our open day at all of our branches countrywide. And we'll also be partnering with NHI and the Ministry of Health and Wellness. So you can go out and get your blood pressure checked, your sugar test, and also speak with representatives from the Ministry of, I think it's Mental Health and Wellness, at the branches. So there'll be lots happening on that day, and I just want to encourage the general public to come out and learn more about SSB. We do have a portal, the My Social Security online self-service portal, and we will be encouraging portal sign-ups on that day, and also just kind of educating the public more about the online services that SSB provides. So again, this year we celebrate 43 years. The Social Security Board started on June 1st, 1981. So it's been 43 years, and we will be having activities on that day, and I think giveaways, opportunities for giveaways on that day as well. So come and visit us at any of our branches.
So tomorrow's a birthday party?
Yes, tomorrow's a birthday party. So I just want to encourage the public, come on out and be a part of that with us, be a part of that celebration.
Moreover and Vanessa, thank you both for joining me and sharing the good news, because that's some good news, people are definitely appreciative of an opportunity to get support for their educational journeys and the academic journeys, and for sure it would appear that 97, right? That's
yes, 97 is the magic number this year, and we're hoping that we can give out all 97 scholarships in the various categories we discussed. That would be 35 high school, 27 associate degree level, and 35 VOTEC. And of course the VOTEC areas are welding, mechanics, refrigeration, cosmetology, agriculture,
food preparation, a wide array.
So when you go the VOTEC route, you learn a skill, you're able to start your own business, you're able to build beliefs, employ people.
Well, happy anniversary to SSB, and all the best. We take a break, we'll be back. This is Wake Up Beliefs Morning Vibes, Thursday morning.
Upcoming enhancements to My Social Security. The new healthcare provider feature seamlessly connects healthcare providers, insured persons, and employers to facilitate the payment of sickness benefits. Here are the enhancements. Registered healthcare providers will create and submit online medical certificates using their healthcare provider accounts. Insured persons will receive a link to view the medical certificate to complete and submit their sickness benefit claim. And employers will receive an email notification of their employee's sickness claim. Also, the insured person and their employer will receive a copy of the claim decision letter after review. Healthcare providers, insured persons, and employers are encouraged to create a portal account to access and benefit from these new services on My Social Security at ssbportal.org.bz. My Social Security online portal. Social Security at your fingertips.
Introducing DigiOne Bundles.
Bundle your home internet, mobile, home phone, and DigiTV services. One bundle, no hassle, exceptional value. Digi1. Digi, our national telecom.
Welcome to Design Depot, home of tiles from around the world. Design Depot's tile gallery selection includes some of the latest styles in ceramic, porcelain, marble, natural stone, and glass tiles, transforming your indoor and outdoor tile projects. Designing your space has never been easier with our wide selection of high-quality tiles, expert staff, and world-class customer service. If you can envision it, we can help make it happen. Available at Design Depot, all in one place.
When you your prescription, what are the best place to go?
Freetown Drugstore.
Bam City.
When the drugstore then close up the night and pan Sunday and holidays, which one open?
Freetown Drugstore.
Bam City.
When you need somebody to talk to about your medication, who you are turn to?
Bam City.
We have been serving the general public for more than 30 years with fast, professional, and efficient services. We will continue doing so with honesty, integrity, and consistency.
This is the loyal Freetown Drugstore crew, always happily serving the general public at 28 Freetown Road, Belize City. Telephone 223-2876.
It's another Creme Advertiser Special for the months of April and May. Advertisers who take a package on Creme Radio and XTV in the months of April and May will enter our Advertiser Raffle and the chance to win another fabulous weekend getaway, which includes accommodations for two nights at Sereme Villas. Sereme Villas, making your home away from home in beautiful Kikoker at 445 Alameda Drive. Family friendly, perfectly tucked away with 24-hour service, featuring 7 villas, outdoor swimming pool, garden, restaurant and bar, and sun terrace. Call Sereme Villas at 501-610-6147. Winner of the Creme Advertiser Special also gets breakfast, lunch, and dinner provided by M's Hideaway Restaurant for the 2 days. M's Hideaway also does delivery in Kikoker. Transportation to Kikoker for this wonderful getaway provided by San Pedro Belize Express Water Taxi. This prize package of over $1,500 can be yours if you advertise now. Contact our relationship officers at 280-4469. It's another Creme Advertiser Special for the months of April and May.
All right, welcome back. This is WUB Morning Vibes. Thursday morning edition of the show, May 30th. We open as we always are early mornings to engage you in conversation. The telephone line is 280-5848. We are looking forward to hearing from the president of the Basketball Federation, as Mr. Jacob Leslie. As we mentioned before we brought in our guests, that next week we are going to be playing, our U18 team will be playing in Argentina against the hemisphere's best basketball teams, U18. We are the only unranked team out of 8. We won ourselves into that tournament by coming in 4th when the tournament was held here last year, and so it is it's a historic achievement, a historic opportunity, and one that has to be maximized. And so we know that I'm hoping to hear, we had the president a couple of weeks ago come in to kind of get the word out about this tournament, but we know how these things work, and we've been hearing from different sources, you know, just trying to lift off can be very difficult. And you know, once you're going into Argentina, you have to be working on visas, you have to be working on travel arrangements. We have ballers that are in basically on scholarship programs in the States. In particular, we have 2 of those out in California, and just trying to get all those moving parts together can be a very challenging thing. But what I opined earlier on, my position is that this should not have been difficult, from the standpoint that the support should have been there immediately. We knew that we had achieved this. We knew that this would take a lot, but we know that we have to support because these ballers have achieved this very significant thing. And so we had some time for people to jump on board, to give the kind of support that is required, and to make sure that even though we were going into very deep waters, but I have a call. Krem, good morning, WB.
Yeah, morning, Mose.
Yes, morning, Jacob. This is online. We have the president of the Basketball Federation. Really thank you for calling in. I would have wanted to come in, but we never connect yesterday. I know that there's a lot going on, and I know you're carrying a load, but kind of give us a quick synopsis of where we are right now in our preparations to go to Argentina.
Well, we leave for Argentina tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. So we have to fly through Cancun, so we take a charter bus from Belize to Cancun, and then we fly to Cancun tomorrow afternoon, and we take our journey to Argentina, where we arrive on Saturday. And as you know, we'll have to get a day of rest, do some preparation, and then the game starts on Monday. Our first game is scheduled for 4 o'clock on Monday. So in regards to preparation, today we have all the 4 other kids flying into Belize, the team. And so that's where we are. We're in the final leg of trying to get everybody prepared, get everybody mentally and physically prepared, because we have a long journey in front of us just to travel to the location and then hopefully get our bodies rested and prepared for competition on Monday.
Yeah, Jacob, I know, having been involved with sports and in particular basketball some years ago, that I get it, but this is not the ideal. Like I I don't think that you would have gotten the kind of workouts you'd have wanted for the team. I know when you were here the last time, you were ambitiously hoping that you'd be able to get the team out to Denver to do a bit of acclimatization. I understand that didn't work out. Has the struggle to work all these things out been based on the kind of support that you have gotten so far? Could you talk to what your feelings are about the support and what you feel about, just the kind of where the preparations that we've had to enter a tournament of this magnitude?
Yeah, I think it has been a combination of a couple. The support has been limited, I would say, but also we had a lot of complications with attaining visas for these kids. The embassy in Praia has given us a lot of trouble, to be honest. We had an agent from FIBA who was networking for us, who is hired by FIBA to assist countries in attaining these things, but it took us up until yesterday to attain those visas. So that delayed our plans, or eliminated our plans of going to Denver, because obviously we couldn't leave without attaining those Argentina visas, because we can't enter the country without those. So that primarily is what limited our ability to go to Denver. Financially, though, it would have been a strain for us, because again, we just haven't been receiving the kind of support we anticipated. In regards to preparation for the kids, as you know, obviously this is not ideal. You would have wanted the kids to be training as a team for some time before the competition. It's difficult for us when you're having kids who are high school age, so the competition is right at the end of the high school season, so we couldn't get the kids together too far in advance. We were trying 1 week in advance just to get them together, but again, with the struggle with attaining the Argentina visas, it took us almost a month to get those finalized, and that kind of put a big damper on us in regards to our preparation. And so the preparation that these kids have been having is primarily individual skill work. They have been communicating with their coaches, understanding what to work on during this time. But the chemistry is what we were not able to achieve, because we just couldn't get the kids together for any extended period of time, any time at all, before the competition.
Now, in the midst of all of this, there is a coaching change, essentially, because the last tournament that this set of players played, they were under the leadership of Bernitar. Now we have, from what you told us the last time, Milton Palacio is here to coach his team. And coaches differ in what they prioritize and schemes that they want to utilize. So essentially, it's going to be the tournament, to some extent, is going to be, we're going to be better every game. I can't imagine any other scenario, because it's like that's the only time we will have to do the kind of work that's required to build.
You're on point with that. I think we will see the team getting better through the competition. The way how the competition is scheduled, it allows for that, though, because again, you're playing group stage, and regardless of what happens in the group stage, all the teams advance to the quarterfinals. So it gives us the ability to kind of find ourselves, find our ground, gauge competition, do some scouting, do some adjustments, kind of get some time to buy into what new they're trying to implement. Because like you said, unfortunately, he didn't have the time with the team to in place what exactly he has been communicating with the players individually, but as a cohesive team putting it together, he hasn't had that ability. So we anticipate exactly what you're saying, that as we progress through the competition, that the team will find their identity through the competition rather than hitting the ground running.
Now, I have seen on Facebook a post, and I've heard through a couple of conversations I've had that there is a potential player coming out of Texas that has size that we are trying or hoping to get on the team. I believe it's a young man that is going to be going to the University of Villanova, and that's a very significant university. I understand he's like one of the top players in the U.S. How has that gone? Because I was hearing that there's been a hold up in him getting a passport. Can you give us an update?
Yeah, that again has been frustrating. I think it's one of the challenges that we face as a country where our departments don't really, they don't really give us the kind of support that we need to make these things materialize. Up until today, as we speak on the phone, I have not received his nationality nor passport. The Federation threw in the child and his parents to ensure we have all the documents. They pay for the expedited service. And again, it has been very difficult to communicate with the ministry to get these things finalized. The deadline for clear registration has passed. But again, we have some relationships with FIBA where we believe that if we get the document in our hand, we can play a case to have the kids still participate. But as we speak right now at Thursday, we have no such document for the child. He has submitted all the documentation that was required of him. He has paid all the fees that were required of him. But our department has not been able to materialize that document for us as yet.
So just so that listeners and viewers can understand, the young man's name is Mose.
Just like Mose.
Mose, and he is, from what I've been told, he is in the class of, in his class, he is ranked as the 23rd ranked player in the U.S.
Yeah, he's the number one ranked player in Texas.
He's the number one player in Texas. His parents are Belizean.
His mother is Belizean.
His mother is Belizean. And they came in to apply to get the Belizean passport.
Yeah, they flew in, they brought in all the documents that are required by us legally, met with the immigration department, submitted all the documentation, paid all the fees, paid for the expedited passport, the one-day passport. They did everything that was required of them.
When did they do this, Jacob?
Last week. They came in last week and they were at the immigration department on Monday and Tuesday from last week.
So last week, Monday and Tuesday, they were there, submitted everything that they needed to submit. And we are talking now what appears to be a week and a half, moving towards 2 weeks after, even with the expedited payment, this young man has still not received his papers.
Yeah, that's correct.
I share your position that, I can't understand why this would not have been something that would have been prioritized. For the life of me, this is just unacceptable and outrageous.
This is a struggle that we face because, other countries are very accommodating to situations like this. We have seen situations where these players have received their documentation without even visiting the country. We were very proactive in making sure that we brought them here because we didn't want any justification for the delay. But unfortunately, we're still in a position where we still have not been able to garner these documents. The justification for it, I don't know. I've been checking every single day, multiple times a day. But we continue here. Unfortunately, it's not finished. We'll try for tomorrow. And now we're a week and a half into this process. We're a day away from flying out. The parents are calling me every day asking me for status updates because he was supposed to report to Villanova last week. He put off his reporting to school to facilitate playing for our national team, and now we are in a position where we have not been able to produce a document that he needed, and it's very frustrating on their end and also on our part of the federation. We believe that this kid could have definitely given us a help that we surely needed in regards to size and skill.
From what I understand, he's 6'10", 6 what?
He's listed at 6'8", 230 pounds.
All right, so we're talking here about he brings bodies to the paint, something that we lack, right?
He brings height and physicality, right?
Yes. From what I understand, he's a physical player. He's not dainty in the paint. He brings bodies. He brings that. It's a need to have that. We're going up against teams that will have height, they will have girth, and while we might have and we have Dougie, some of our other taller players are more slenderly built, right?
Right. We saw the challenges that we faced last year in a lower level competition where when Doug got into foul trouble, we were at the mercy of the other team, and so we wanted to make sure that we put our players in the best position where there's additional support, take some of the strain off Doug, and this player would have done exactly that for us because of his style of play. He would have complemented Doug very well because he's a very physical, athletic. He's a world-class athlete. Like I said, I call him a man-child. He worked out with us for defenders, and there was a shot that was made, and this guy did a put back on 3 of my elite players.
Listen to me. So he is the #1 ranked player in the state of Texas. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to embellish that. He's Mr. Basketball in Texas. He is one of the top 30 players in his class going into college. So you are talking here about as good a talent as we can get at this stage to be on our team, and exactly where we're weak, and for our immigration and passport people to say that they can't get one passport to this young man within 7 days is inexcusable. It's absolutely inexcusable. Again, I don't know how this information. I could imagine the way how it works. Enough time that people know people and say, oh, we have somebody who have Belizean parenting and whatever. So sometimes this information will be shared at what I call a late moment. But right now, it's a case that we probably play against, because they're not next country to hold up a visa, like in the case that we described with some of the other players. We're part the Argentinian process, they make it hard for it. But this is where we have the controller, we got a passport, man. It should never take 7 days to do that.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I said, and again, these are some of the challenges that we face, a local environment that we are hoping, everybody on board would understand the value of sports and the impact it has, and that these kids are going out to represent us as a country, and we should work to ensure that we do our part in making to get the best team possible for them. And in this particular instance, we're not asking for any favors. It was really just processing the documents for someone who is by birth, right, qualified for these documents, and they paid the expedited fees. So I really don't understand what the delay has been. I have had everybody on my team chasing. I've had CEOs calling. I've reached out to I've had a CEO reach out to the Prime Minister himself. I've been trying to go through all the avenues that I have, all the resources that I've had available to me. But unfortunately, again, we're still at the same place where a document cannot be produced. And I'm still crossing my fingers and hoping it is produced today. And if it's produced today, I cannot guarantee that the child will be able to play, because again, the registration deadline has passed. But at least it gives me a fighting chance where I can go to FIBA and try to make a case. But right now, I don't even have a document. I can't purchase a flight for the child. The parents have taken time off from work to facilitate this, and now it's just frustrating on everybody involved, because I thought it was unnecessary. I thought that this was something that we definitely could do, and as a federation, we tried our best to make sure there was all the I's dotted and T's crossed. By bringing the entire family here so that they can get all the documentation that they need. When they left on Tuesday, from last week Tuesday, from the immigration department, they were told that they have everything. The Prime Minister was flying back into the country on a Wednesday. We would have signed the document, and by Thursday, Friday, we would have had that document in our hand, and it has been no such occurrence. So that's the frustrating part at this point.
That's an incredible failure. That's an incredible, just outrageous failure. Outrageous. And utterly disappointing and infuriating. Like there's no other way to describe it. This BS, and that just crazy to my mind. And I need to get back on track here, just to say, listen, but we still have a tournament to play, and we don't want to make it seem as if though that we're not ready with the players who are able to suit up. So we have to deal with them 100. I need to ask, will there be any opportunity for the team to, as one, to have a press conference? Is that anything like that scheduled? What's the situation?
Yeah, like I said, we have four of the players flying in today. They arrive in the country at 1:25. They will be staying at the Biltmore Hotel tonight. So I'm hoping to once I have all the team prepared and all the staff prepared, reach out to some media houses and ask if they can come and do some coverage for these kids. Kind of be their send-off, because unfortunately we're leaving at 3 a.m. in the morning, so we can't do an official send-off. And so it's just I would anticipate trying to reach out to the house and see if we can set up something for about 3:30 this afternoon where we can have all these kids after they've reached in and gotten something to eat to do some media coverages. So yes, we're anticipating that we can put together something like that.
So we have 4 ballers, Jacob. Let me get this, just kind of put this to we have 4 ballers that will be flying in today, and then less than about 8 hours or so they're going to get on a bus. That bus ride is going to be about 6 hours, and then they're going to be in Cancun, from where they're going to fly tomorrow on Saturday to Argentina, and then rest Sunday, and then play on Monday during the day.
Yeah, they play every day after that from the 3rd of June up until the 9th of June. They play every day.
And they will be playing on Monday. Who do they play?
On Monday they play Brazil.
They play Brazil on Monday. Then they play on Tuesday
USA,
the United States of America. And then on Wednesday they play Argentina. Rough business.
Yeah, and again, these are situations where the kids in the States were having the same challenges with the Argentina visas. So they are from LA and they had to work with the consul in LA, and they were not able to secure their visas until late last night. And that's when I was able to purchase their flights for them and get them to come into Belize. So there have been some challenges that I've faced with this tournament that I didn't anticipate. For example, I'll give you one snippet of it. Was like the Argentinian embassy required that we translated all our birth certificate to their language, which I could not understand or comprehend or have I ever experienced with any embassy in the world, because they are supposed to be catering to international individuals, and they had us have find someone to translate a document, a birth certificate document, and get it apostilled and submit it to them after, and this was like a week or 2 weeks into this process where they were told that we have everything, and then they came back and said, no, we need to translate the birth certificate for them, and on top of that, get it apostilled. Again, there's only the Supreme Court in Belize that does the apostille, and that took us another 3-4 days to get that action. So everything has been, like I said, a bit frustrating, a bit delayed, and it's
and to add
that these kids are facing these challenges, because again, the road ahead, like you have clearly showed it. It's a tough travel to Argentina with a day of rest, and then they are having to compete every single day after they reach, and then the following day go back on this journey back to Belize. So the thing that they have on their side is youth, so we're hoping that the youth and their ability to recover is faster than me and you at this age, and that we are able to build,
Yeah, but it's not what they're able to recover and how quickly they're able to recover. Is that the other teams are not going to be in that kind of situation. The other teams, the players, I'm sure, didn't have to spend the last week thinking about visas and traveling and all of that. They've been focused on getting ready to play, and so it's not. I know that the very fact that we are there represents the fact that to even be there, it speaks volumes as to the character of the young men, the athletes. It speaks loudly about their resilience and their level of pushing through adversity, because to become successful in sports in Belize requires you doing exactly that. So we know they are well made. We know that their families are behind. They would not be here. They would not have been successful if they never make out a good stuff. They make out a good thing. That's why we did it. That's not because money may be spent on it lavishly. It's because of what they were made of inside, the support they were getting from their immediate family and by a number of key individuals who were behind the scenes nurturing their journey. Respect is due to that. We know that they're going to represent us with everything they have. We know that. I've had multiple conversations on air with these young men, and I know they're full of heart. And so that is, I wanted before you leave just to touch on, because I brought up the matter in a previous break, because I was not here when you sent me the letter that was sent to you by a sponsor that you had reached out to, one of the biggest companies in Belize, and I was not here. So I actually only saw that message, Jacob, yesterday when I attempted to call you. I realized, oh, I have a missed message here from you, and then when I checked it out, there was this letter written to you turning down your request for support on the grounds that they only support sports at the developmental stage. Okay. And just as you mentioned in the voice note, I completely concur. That is ludicrous, because what you were asking for was support of a developmental stage of athletes. We are talking about a U18 team. Incredibly insulting and ignorant to use an excuse like that. This was not a semi-pro team asking for sponsorship. This was not the A team asking for sponsorship. This was a U18 team. These are teenagers who have achieved something historic, and they were denied on the grounds that they are not a developmental stage of sports. Craziness, brother. That just outright craziness.
I hope you heard my frustration when I sent that to you, because these are the things that, again, these are the challenges that we face when we will. I understand the financial challenges that every company faces in Belize, and I would have said anything based on, right now it's not a good time, it's not about to take period, something, but to tell me in writing that the reason you're not supporting historic achievement by these young people is in essence because at 16 and 17 years old, you're telling me they're too old, right? And this is where we feel as a society, because at 16 and 17 years old, for decades, we have not provided opportunities for young men. And what we are doing here is providing such opportunity that has never been granted to them. And for you to say, no, we wish them luck, but we can't help them, because in essence, they are too old. A junior national team representing this country is leaving here, and you're telling us in writing that we can't support them because they are too old at the age of 16 and 17. And these are the challenges that we face, because if we don't create opportunities for these 16 and 17-year-olds, they're going to create their own, and they're going to impact society negatively. And we have an opportunity to really get behind these young men, to show them our support, to let them see the love and the achievement that they have made, and to chart a path for the next generation, to see what is possible when you engage in positive activities.
No,
but like I said,
I have no problem in saying
I was utterly frustrated. I was appalled, and to be honest, feeling very disrespected by the letter.
Jacob, the point is, you mentioned about financial realities. This is a company that cannot lose money.
Right.
But I'm afraid to say the company that wrote you that letter is Fortis. The Fortis cannot lose money, brother. They cannot lose money here. They own our river. They can't lose money, brother. Yeah. So I don't care. I put that out there because that's black and white. That's what they wrote to you. This is a company that I don't know whether in total value when you put in when you have here and you consider that they're a multinational company. This is no panada shop. This is no only grocery store you're gonna ask for support. This is no only hardware store. This is a store already provided with energy. We own a dam. So when they could say, oh, we need to all forget at least something from we because we go in Argentina, like that borderline like just man, that brutal be. And I gotta call that out. That rough. Somebody just text me on a key thing and just share. And I'm not sure if you're aware that when we got summer, apparently then people they have winter.
Yeah.
So you're on that it is going.
Yeah. We are aware of the climate challenges that we are about to encounter. Yeah.
Cold and altitude.
Right.
Rough. Well, we look forward to hear from you based on the availability of the team, because win, lose, draw, good, bad, ugly, thick or thin, we did with the squad 100, and they don't win in my eyes. We just want to feel with love and feel with energy and make them do their best, brother. So that's it with it.
Yeah, like again and again, I want to big up the Minister of Sports, Mr. Arthur Ferguson, for his financial support to this team. This trip definitely would not have been possible without the support of the Ministry of Sports. So I want to publicly
I think there should be a commissioner. I think there should be a commissioner inquiry as to how come this young man couldn't get his passport in time. That's how I feel. There should be a commissioner inquiry to find out who exactly stalled the process, or who never do the job, or who never came. And I don't say that out of jest. I don't say that out for make humor. Like literally, there should be a complete investigation to find out how come everything was not done to ensure that the proper documents and passport was presented to this young man in time so that he could be going to Argentina.
Yeah, and again, while I touch back on that note, if they had reached out back to me and said, you know what, Jacob, we're missing this, and this, I would have understood that too. But they have not reached out saying they're in absence of any document, and we made sure that we gave them every single document that they needed. We made sure that we signed every document that they needed. And when we left, and I purchased a ticket for the family to leave, we were given assurances that everything is in order. As soon as the Prime Minister comes in on the Wednesday, he will sign it, and then we're good to go. Because even when the Prime Minister was out of the country, we were trying to make contact with him to see if he would have authorized someone to sign it on his behalf in his absence. That was not successful because of him being in Hong Kong, where the pandemic was so bad. But he was back in country the following day. And it's been a week since he's been back in country, and we still are yet to get this document.
It should be an investigation. There should be a...
Yeah. We're still hoping that we get it today, and still hoping that we can pull a magic trick out the hat. But yeah, that's where we are.
And even I just look. I understand, and we should not be here in a position where we have to depend on magic and hope that somebody feels sorry for you. Because that you don't have to do. You don't have to hope that you have to hope that FIBA is sorry for you. It's possible that you don't even get it in time for beg for pity. It's possible you don't even get it. But if you get it, you beg for pity, get it, maybe you get lucky. I ain't got that on my mind now. The way I got on my mind is that this team has been failed, this young man has been failed, his family has been failed, and the magnitude of the failure requires there to be a legitimate. This enough for likes. This enough for none of that. This is a real life we talk about. There is an absolute need, obligation that this matter be investigated. How did it take so damn long to the point where it is still not provided? The deadline gone and you still not get it. Nobody reached out to you to say that there was a problem. Nobody had the decency to reach out to the family to say that there is a problem. This is gross negligence at the highest level. It's as if though this never matter. It's as if though to hell with you. Go there, go take where you go. We don't care what kind of team we care about. We not that enough for we business. Are you? Man, watch ya. Man, watch ya. The challenge for do. The challenge for do. The challenge for do.
We have never been able to have a talent like this participate on any level of our national teams. This young man is a top level player who has chosen to represent his heritage, and we have not afforded him that opportunity. And that is the disappointing part, because the kid was in Belize. He went on shows with us. He didn't need it with us. He practiced with the team. He made a relationship with his young men with the anticipation that he would be a part of this team. And there was nothing that I would have thought would have delayed that. Unfortunately, our system is failing us, and they continue to fail us, and we have to do better. And I agree with you. I have no issues with someone telling me exactly why this was done and justifying why it was done, because as far as I can see, I could not justify anything other than that document should have been granted in a day or two.
100 that the people at the passport and immigration place have questions to answer and must answer them. They have to explain why this matter was not treated with the level of priority and urgency that it required, and how come they didn't get the job done. You know, I mean, as you mentioned, the Prime Minister was in country, since it is his signature that was required. To, well, tell us, well, did they ask the Prime Minister, or did the Prime Minister say he don't want to sign it, couldn't sign it? We need to know what happened. 100 per night. Like, how, from what I understand, is that the one of we ballers find out that this baller abroad have Belizean ancestry. Isn't that what Ghana?
Yeah, what happened is our player Elijah Fabula, who's the son of Roger Fabula, was playing in the high school playoffs in Texas, and it so happens that he was facing this player in the playoffs, and the player came to the gym with a Better Belize shirt, and so Roger Fabula approached him and asked him if he was Belizean, and he said his mother was, and immediately Roger called me and said, I found you goal, because his son played the player, and the player was phenomenal, again the #1 player in Texas. So he was like, Jacob, if you get this kid, it's goal. And he gave me the contact for the parents, and I needed to make contact, and they were as engaged and excited as I was. And the kid was, like I said, super excited to represent his family and his heritage. And they took time off from school to fly in, they took time off from work to get here, and they brought everything that we told them to bring. They were fully cooperating with us, and they have been asking me multiple times that they want the update, and unfortunately every time I have to give them, I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for a response. I'm still waiting. As soon as I get it, I'll give it to you. And you know, it's been frustrating on their end, and I could just imagine how the kid feels at this point.
Jacob, I wish that you had reached out to us and tell you the situation. Yeah, but I really, that's the one thing I have to put to you, man. You have to make me know that the clock, the tick, and then people had to play games with the thing. I wish that I would have been able to, and I imagine other people listening, watching, other journalists could have really stepped down upon their passport people and put the pressure to make them get this done. Like, seriously, like, literally what you describe is that almost like one divine intervention to make this young man, you know, we even know about this young man. You know, like, we know about this young man because of a t-shirt where he had on, brother.
Right.
You understand what he said? Like that, like something divine, like that. I don't know. What that mad still. That the anger I feel is extraordinarily just rough. I could, yo, that's a real violation. A real violation, brother. Anyway, I got to go to break. Give thanks for the call.
I respect most.
My Social Security. Your direct online access to all your Social Security information. 360 view of all your Social Security information. Registration services, benefits, contributions, and employer services at your fingertips. Enjoy all the new features with your My Social Security account. Register with SSB. Submission of benefit claims. Submission of contribution statements. View contribution record. Enjoy all your My Social Security feature at ssbportal.org.bz. Social Security at your fingertips.
Throughout its long-standing history, Atlantida Financial Group has been a symbol of financial strength, growth, and innovation in the region. Atlantida Financial Group is comprised of market leaders such as Atlantic Bank in Belize, Banco Atlantida in Honduras, as well as other companies in insurance, pension fund administration, financial leasing, brokerage services, among other sectors. Its strength and integrity has allowed the group to gain trust from its more than 4 million customers spread over 8 countries and has positioned it as one of the most complete and diverse entities in Latin America. Its leadership and financial strength are demonstrated by key indicators such as assets under management, which as of December 2023 stood at $21 billion and growing. The group boasts the largest pension fund administrator in Central America and the Caribbean. A workforce of more than 6,000 employees strive to serve its customers with excellence and professionalism, pushing the group forward in its mission to continuously provide high-quality financial solutions. Atlantic Bank, as a proud member of the Atlantida Financial Group for 53 years, is committed to this mission, to its depositors, collaborators, and the community that it serves. To this purpose, the bank has built the largest network of branches in the country and remains the only bank in Belize with first-rate international banking correspondence. Atlantida Financial Group, contributing to the economic development of Belize since 1971.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
It's another Creme Advertiser Special for the months of April and May. Advertisers who take a package on Creme Radio and XTV in the months of April and May will enter our Advertiser Raffle and the chance to win another fabulous weekend getaway, which includes accommodations for two nights at Sereme Villas. Sereme Villas, making your home away from home in beautiful Kikoker at 445 Alameda Drive. Family friendly, perfectly tucked away with 24-hour service, featuring 7 villas, outdoor swimming pool, garden, restaurant and bar, and sun terrace. Call Sereme Villas at 501-610-6147. Winner of the Creme Advertiser Special also gets breakfast, lunch, and dinner provided by M's Hideaway Restaurant for the 2 days. M's Hideaway also does delivery in Kikoker. Transportation to Kikoker for this wonderful getaway provided by San Pedro Belize Express Water Taxi. This prize package of over $1,500 can be yours if you advertise now. Contact our relationship officers at 280-4469. It's another Creme Advertiser Special for the months of April and May.
Alright, welcome back, Belize. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, and you all know I try my best to keep within the time here. Creme, good morning.
Good morning, Mose. This is Sandra Police. I was going to get in with that gentleman on here just now, Mr. Leslie. I am calling on the government to forthwith give that child his passport. What's the matter with you all? You come and tell us how you love the young people in this country, how you're committed to them, you're not committed to them. And what you know what's more important now, Mose? Because ballers, basketballers, and other sports people on university campuses will be able to earn a living. They will be able to get some of the money that's earned by the university, which they invest in war machines, warfare. They'll be able to earn some of that money now. As we speak, that is being processed in the United States. So our children get a chance to free themselves from the horrors of a slave society that doesn't want to end their slavery. So give him his passport right away. Don't you agree, Mo?
I concur with that 100. It's just the point is that we still let one need more miracle for make it eligible for play. Like the damage has been done, Ms. Coe. It's like there has to be an investigation. These people flew in. This young man and his parents flew in last week to come and meet.
I understand that.
It's a savage incident. Savage.
But they should still go ahead and give it to him and then move heaven and earth. By the way, the Argentinians came here about 40 to 50, nearly 50 years ago. And at that time, in that long ago time, those people, you could see that they put effort and energy into their sports, at least into basketball. They were very putting it into the football. So you're not going up. You can't afford to send your children to fall down, man, in front of the world. You can't do that. You never ever do that. Whatever it takes, you get your children out there so they can, as best as you can. Whatever you can't do, you let us start to make up the rest. You can't start to take over when you haven't done anything at all. And I consider the situation. You all were discussing this thing about 2 weeks ago. Is this about 2 weeks ago? I heard some people in that studio. Yes. So nothing happened since then, man? No. Give him his passport and move heaven and earth. The same way you know to call President Biden and the Pope, call the President of Argentina right now and ask him to expedite the matter. If that is what is required, do everything that is required to get him and whoever else you never deal with to Argentina. Bye-bye. And having them go through Cancun and all of that. Most every time our children go anywhere, they arrive tired. Every single time. You mean we can't do better than this, man? Bye-bye.
All right. We'll take a break and come back and back.
Prepare for the heat and stay cool with a Reamer Grey air conditioning unit from Benny's. Choose the right BTU unit size for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save money with an inverter unit that is energy efficient. When the heat is on, stay cool and comfortable with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Ream or Gree. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Upcoming enhancements to My Social Security. The new healthcare provider feature seamlessly connects healthcare providers, insured persons, and employers to facilitate the payment of sickness benefits. Here are the enhancements. Registered healthcare providers will create and submit online medical certificates using their healthcare provider accounts. Insured persons will receive a link to view the medical certificate to complete and submit their sickness benefit claim. And employers will receive an email notification of their employee's sickness claim. Also, the insured person and their employer will receive a copy of the claim decision letter after review. Healthcare providers, insured persons, and employers are encouraged to create a portal account to access and benefit from these new services on My Social Security at ssbportal.org.bz. My Social Security online portal. Social Security at your fingertips.
It's another Creme Advertiser Special for the months of April and May. Advertisers who take a package on Creme Radio and XTV in the months of April and May will enter our advertiser raffle and the chance to win another fabulous weekend getaway. which includes accommodations for two nights at Sereme Villas. Sereme Villas, making your home away from home in beautiful Kikoker at 445 Alameda Drive. Family friendly, perfectly tucked away with 24-hour service, featuring 7 villas, outdoor swimming pool, garden, restaurant and bar, and sun terrace. Call Serme Villas at 501-610-6147. Winner of the Creme Advertiser Special also gets breakfast, lunch, and dinner provided by M's Hideaway Restaurant for the 2 days. M's Hideaway also does delivery in Kikoker. Transportation to Kikoker for this wonderful getaway provided by San Pedro Belize Express Water Taxi. This prize package of over $1,500 can be yours if you advertise now. Contact our relationship officers at 280-4469. It's another Creme Advertiser Special for the months of April and May.
All right, Belize, we want to thank you for being here with us. Went a little bit over time. Really, yeah, just kind of unavoidable this morning. Thank you all for being reasonable about it, and the crew and the team, and make way for morning stew for Wonder Morning. Belize, enjoy your Thursday. WB returns tomorrow morning at 6:30 for the Friday morning edition of the WB. Larry G from Creme Radio, leading the team downstairs at Creme Television, leading the team. Mr. Cliff Lewis, the glue, and our director, control room boss lady this morning, Alexi Belive. You guys have a great Thursday. Stand strong, stand firm. For now, we're gone!
Wake up, Billies! 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 Another day is here. Wake up, Billies! Wake up, Billies! We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies! Wake up, Billies! Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies! Wake up, Billies! Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is a show of people. Billies our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. Is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, and selfishness and cooperation. That's all we need to